Let's tour the alphabet options of the Husqvarna Viking Designer Brilliance 80 embroidery alphabets. So if you still have a design on your screen, know that you can touch it and select it, touch and hold it, and find the trash can. That's one way to delete a design. You can also open up the toolbox. You will also find a trash can. If you just touch it, nothing happens because the design is not selected. But you'll notice also as we continue through different videos, there's going to be times where there's a little arrow in that bottom corner of an icon. So I'm going to touch and hold the trash can, and that means it pops up a new option, delete all designs, and say OK. It's only designs that are on your screen. But did you notice I didn't have to have it selected when I deleted it? So a couple different ways to go about it. OK, embroidery alphabets. So we do find the green flag that has the A on it. And as we touch it, we're going to notice a couple things on this list first. Number one, it says block alphabet. You might notice those as your sewing alphabets. And yes, you can actually embroider your sewing alphabets. They will look fairly quick and they'll stitch out fast. But they are considered an alphabet as part of the embroidery one. So just know that those first ones that look a little skinny, those are from the sewing side. If you're looking for more a traditional satin stitch alphabet, you're going to find that you're going to scroll up and you'll find different fonts, and then beside them there are numbers. Like for this first one that says Bell, it says one is 10 and one is 15. That is millimeters in height. So 10 millimeters and 15 millimeters. Now that seems pretty small, and you're right. These two fonts or that two sizes are designed for when you have to stitch a lot of letters in a small amount of space. So they will look very, very good stitched out, especially when you have like a quilt label or a recipe that you want to stitch. You're going to probably reach for some of those fonts there. As you go forward, you got block letters, you've got Clarendon, and some of them will be like 12, 20, and 30. So as you look in your book, you'll notice that you have different sizes of these different types, all the way down to script and swirl. Look how big these swirl ones are. They go up to size 50 and 60. Now you'll be able to size these designs up or down, and so it's not just those sizes, but they will start out bigger, like this kind of sport, athletic sport letters, 40, 60, 80. I mean, 80 is almost 4 inches tall. That's like 3 inches tall is how that will start off. Okay, so that's going very extreme. Just know you have lots of different ones. But how about for fun, and I'll pick a larger one just so it's a little bigger on the screen. When I pick a font, you'll notice a little keyboard comes up, and it's waiting for me to type out those letters. So for example, if I wanted to spell out Kate in capital letters, that is what it's going to look like. I do have the option, oh, maybe I do want it in lowercase. So just come, touch the up arrow that was blue, and now my letters are lowercase. When I have the word or words on screen that I know I want to use, touch OK. So as I bring that in, the last hoop I used was the 260 by 200 hoop. So that is remembered on that. If this was the first design that I had done of the day, it probably would have come in at a smaller hoop size. It may or may not, but it will come in the one that that design fits in. Now right now this is kind of in my way, so I want to see my whole entire word. So I can come up to the arrow and let's minimize that. Now that kind of hides off to the side, but I can still get to other alphabets, like for multiple lines. So speaking of lines, if I wanted 2 lines, like my name and then the date that I made something on. So I would need to bring that in 2 different rows. So I'd put my first line of letters in, touch OK, and then I would come back and I could pick a new font or a new size and then go in and put, I'll just write out the word date just so you can see it. Touch OK. Now, kind of comes in right on top of what I had before. Let's minimize that so I can see. and I can actually slide that down. Now notice something as I touch and drag this. Do you see that little yellow line jumping around? That is a new feature that allows us to maybe stay centered. So that is now centered on my previous line. So that's kind of nice. You're not guessing where the center is. Now let's say I wanted to get this fairly close to what I had, and I can get it close by touching and dragging it, but use the arrows on this little control kind of command area here and kind of inch it or scooch it slowly until we get to where we want it to actually be. So again, I'm going to just kind of give that a little spacing, but that is something that we can do. We can still size letters. So if we wanted this could come up bigger, 20% bigger. This one we could touch and 20% bigger of that as well. Rotate, we could rotate this 90 degrees by just touching in the middle, but we could also touch, let's just go that all the way around. We can touch right here. So if you wanted to be a little tilted and we want to touch this one, notice you'll need to select each one. Whichever one has the box around it, then that would be the one you're activating at that point. Let's say I wanted to move this. So if I go to move it, oh, it does move. Hey, look at that. I actually kind of learned something. If you touched in the center, you'll switch over to moving. But if you were unsure what you were going to touch the little arrows and then touch and move it. That's kind of cool. All right. So if I wanted to just see it all together, that would be what it looks like. So sizing, moving, bringing in a design. You know what? Let's just say, you know what? Date is not what I wanted it to be. I have the option to go back and edit that. So what it will do, and let's just say I wanted it to not be all uppercase, but I could also change the complete word. I could actually just change it, date, and then even add something beyond. So you can go back, once you have that on screen, you can go in and edit what it says and then change it around as such. So then I can come here. Oh, let's take a peek here. See that red outside rectangle? That is indicating that I am outside my hoop, and I am. I typed in a longer word, so I'm hanging out there. Oh, one of my favorite things to do. So if we open up the toolbox, okay? The toolbox has some great features, and again, we'll get into all of these, but one of them, and it's only available if something's hanging outside the hoop, is this part right here, the hoop with the little flower looking like it's getting pointed back into the hoop. And sure enough, if I touch it, it will push the design back into the hoop. So what was really nice is that it brings it right into the edge, the closest part ever that you could actually have that be. Now again, I can move things around, maybe make that go up a little bit higher so we're not touching at the bottom where the letters are. But yes, I love that feature. Anytime I'm outside the hoop, let me just show you what that looks like. Designs outside, touch the toolbox, touch that little jump back into the playground, and you don't have to try to find that exact point. It's ready for you. So let's just say I wanted to embroider the name and not this. Touch and hold. I can touch and slide up to the delete button, and that will allow you to get back to maybe where you want to actually stitch. When you're ready to, touch go, and it'll walk you through the stitching out of the design.